We're here in South Haven, Michigan, where they are building something incredibly unique at Spencer Manufacturing. This is Grant, and Grant, what's happening here? What do you guys create?
Today we are creating a custom-built aluminum fire truck. This is just the body.
Wait, like a real fire truck?
A real fire truck, custom-built.
All right, when you say custom built, explain the process. Someone calls you and says, hey, I need a fire truck, and you sit down and like start at the beginning and build it for them?
We start at the beginning and we see what kind of ideas they want to do and their goals and accomplishments for their department. And everyone has different needs, and that's why we are a custom builder.
All right, so whose truck is this?
This is the City of Otsego's. This will be their new truck. It should be completed in about 3 months.
All right, I look at this and I'm not seeing fire truck yet. Kind of explain what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it looks a little different right now. You are looking at compartments that are being formed up to hold all their equipment.
So this would have like doors on it right here or
This
something?
will be a roll-up door style body. We make a hinge style door and a roll-up door body.
Okay, and then where is the water gonna go?
The water will be stored in the center of the vehicle, up in here where this plywood is sitting
How
for
much
now.
would it be able to hold?
This truck will hold 1,000 gallons of water.
Wow. All right, so what is this actually made out of?
This is all 6061 extruded aluminum.
So how much does this piece of it weigh about?
Just this body, when it's completed, will weigh about 5,000 pounds.
What's it like to know you are making a fire truck that's going to save people's lives, that's going to go all over the United States helping people?
It makes us feel great and all of our employees as well.
Very cool. All right, so once we get this framework done, what happens next?
After here, it will go over to our paint shop and get prepped for paint.
All right, let's check it out. Yep.
Now we are in our paint room where we bring the truck in, prepare it for paint by starting off by doing a wash process and wiping it all down to clean the metal. And then we sand it down for doing a primer and sealer application, and we finish off by painting it and doing a wet sand and buff process.
All right, so explain the whole process for me. How long does it take from beginning to end when we start with the aluminum structure to the time something is completely done?
From start to finish, it's at least 3 to 6 months process. Just this paint process usually takes about a week.
Because you're doing so many different layers and things?
Doing different layers and steps, and we wet sand and finish buff everything to get a quality finish.
You know, I'm looking at it and it looks so glossy and so beautiful. How do you get it to look like that?
And that has not even been wet sanded or buffed yet, by the way.
So this is still in the kind of the middle stage?
Middle stage, yep. Tomorrow, as the paint cures a little more, they will wet sand and buff it tomorrow.
What are some things that you think people need to realize about building a fire truck?
It's not as easy as it looks.
Good answer, good answer. This is so cool, I love it. How tall is this fire truck?
This truck from just the top of the cab is 115 inches. I don't know this one overall with the ladder.
It's impressive. All right, you have one more step?
Sure, we can go over there.
Okay, this looks completely different. You've taken it from the paint shop, and now where are we at?
Here we are doing our final stages of checking all of our plumbing and electrical.
All right, so it looks beautiful. You've put all the chrome or the aluminum compartments in. It has all the shelving units. What's inside all this?
Inside here is all of our plumbing.
Wow.
And a lot of electronic controls for running the engine while you're trying to pump.
Tell me a little bit about how the water moves through this.
We intake the water through here, through the large diameter, and then we push it out through the top of the pump through these valves and discharges.
So how much pressure moves through there? Any idea?
This is a 2,000 gallon a minute pump at 150 PSI.
So that means really fast.
Really fast.
Amazing. So what's happening here?
Right now he is flush mounting a siren in the front bumper.
Where do you buy a siren for a fire engine? I mean, because that's a special, unique sound, isn't it?
It is a special, unique sound, and this is just the speaker, and the amplifier is actually mounted in the cab.
So now I have to look, every time I see a fire truck, I'm going to look for speakers on the front bumper, and that's actually how it just makes it so loud?
That's correct, yes, and then there's actually an additional one on this truck. Here is our final stage where we are testing all of our lights and making sure everything works okay.
All right, I have a random question. How many lights are on a fire truck? Because it looks like a ton.
A ton. There is NFPA zones where we have to meet and reach so many lumens of light, and the lights have to be spaced so far from each other.
I had no idea. So you've got to follow something pretty close.
We have to follow a rule book, yes.
This is a beautiful fire truck. All right, I have a random question for you. What's the cost of a fire truck? A range.
A range is $100,000 to $1 million.
Unbelievable. But there's a lot into this, isn't it?
There's a lot.
How long have you guys been making fire trucks?
We've been making fire trucks since 1986.
And is it just you, or do you have a full team? Is it a family thing? What do you got going?
We have a full team of employees and also a big family.
So it's a family-run business?
Family-ran business.
I love that. What's your favorite thing about building fire trucks?
Working with the family.
Ah, good answer, good answer. When you were little, did you want to drive a fire truck?
Always.
Did you get to drive these around in the parking lot?
I do.
Oh, how fun. Thank you so much. This has been great.
Thank you.
Spencer Manufacturing, kind of a unique organization, not only because they build fire trucks, which how cool is that, but because it's a family business. And Dad, you started this whole thing.
Yes.
All right, so what's it like to know that 3 of your 4 boys and your wife are right here working side by side with you?
Well, it's fun. We see each other every day, have lunch together, and work together. So.
You know, Mom, when you think about what you bring to the business, it's of course your beautiful smile. I can see you kind of got the heart and soul. You keep everybody in line. But you know, from a mother's perspective, what does it mean to be working with your grown adult children?
Well, just so much pride. You know, you're proud of them and proud of them for doing what they do here and for making it work as a family. It's a lot to be proud of.
So did you grow up around fire trucks like when you were a little kid? Were you always running around in here?
Oh yeah. It started in our backyard, so they were always around. And then we moved here 11 years ago. So.
What makes you most proud to know that you're working on safety vehicles that saves people's lives?
Just the fact that, you know, you got to do a good job because they're important. They save people's lives, and you know, our name's on it, so we take a lot of pride in it.
I think that's really cool. All right, Grant, so I kind of met the family. You've toured me around a little bit. We're at the end of the trip here, at the end of the tour. When you think about the equipment you build, what do you kind of like hang your hat on and say, this makes us special?
Their customer service and dependability.
Sounds like a brochure. You did a great job. All right, and what's your role with the whole business? What do you do?
I am in the back in the weld shop. I kind of start the whole project, welding up the frame and the body and stuff, and then after I'm done with it, it goes to paint, and then these guys finish it from there.
So it is a team effort all the way across the board, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Thank you so much for letting me visit. I love this business. I love what you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodwill Industries of Greater Grand Rapids is proud to be a part of Where You Live.